right, y'all. Friday morning, man. So, not doing regular work. Y'all know the lawns are just so dried up. We haven't had no rain. I'm not really even trying to do the lawns. There's not anything to do on them. I couldn't imagine the weekly guys, if they're still going weekly, man. Boy, y'all hitting them customers in the mouth, man, because I got customers. It's been 3 weeks and I ain't been there, and they still don't want me to come in my area. We haven't had no rain. The trees are still, I can't believe guys are still cutting weeklies. Well, you know, I don't know if I believe that or not, but I guess you can be whatever you want to be. I mean, I wouldn't pay nobody to come cut my grass right now. I wouldn't. No rain equals no leaves falling on the ground. No leaves falling on the ground means that we're kind of hung up in the season transition, if you will. I'm glad of it in a certain way, but I'm not going to be going the only yard. So I got yards to do, but there's not enough to justify me or help. Out of the 9 or so that I do on that Noonan route where I grinded those big stumps out over the weekend, I'm supposed to go do hers this week. She's on, she's on the list for this week, but I'm not going to be able to do it because she's the only one out of the 9 over there that wanted me to come. So a couple things that I got going on. I got other jobs to do. I got a maple tree to remove from over here on Tuesday. I'm going over here to look at a job. I'm going to meet with my guy over here, and we're going to kind of just go over what they're thinking and what they want to do, so I'll know what equipment to bring. There's no doubt that I can do the job, all of it, but I just need to kind of know what to bring. And I pretty much told him when his first day out here that I could probably use him 2 or 3 days a week. And I know that that's not ideal for him, but I'll pay enough to where it's worth it, right? So that's what we're doing. So I told him that I would not be working today. Though, I mean, I told him that, but I am working. I got things that I need to do, this kind of thing. I got to go look at jobs, and I can't have somebody riding with me to go look at jobs. I just can't, man. Not at where I'm at. And and though, the young man is a great worker, he's got a lot to learn. And see, I've been teaching and training all summer, so I'm burnt out on all that, man. And it ain't nothing against nobody or anything. It's just that I don't want to live my fall months still training guys and having to worry about all the things that can go wrong on some of these jobs. If Zach were available, I'd have him come out, not today, but I would have him come out and help me on some of this chainsaw skid steer type work. But when you got guys that haven't really ever done this kind of work before, and you put them in a scenario, you put them in a scenario where you got to monitor everything, and they I just don't want to go through all that, So I feel like I've been going through all of that all summer. I mean, from April to now, and I'm tired of training, man. I'm tired. That's the part I'm tired of. I'm not even tired of the work. I'm tired of having to worry, if that makes sense, about everything going on around me. That's what I'm tired of. Now I get over here and look at this job. If it looks like something that's sweet that I can do, then I will. I know that come Wednesday of next week, I'm going to be taking a few days off, at least probably 4 days or so off from Wednesday on. So we need to get things into a certain point before Wednesday. Yeah, I'm just trying to button things up and not lose no money and not spend no money doing work that ain't paying enough. Meaning, the lawns and stuff. We need rain. If we could get a good rain, we'd be cooking with gas. because a good rain would really knock some of the leaves down and help the ground and everything. Yeah. So the job I did yesterday at the pond bank, they called me last night and they were like, wow, they could not believe how that grinder just made that pulverize that whole area right there. That stump grinder is really something else. Just FYI. But I'll get some video over here before. These are my peeps over here. The guy that I'm meeting over here, it's his granddaddy's house. And I have done work for his granddaddy before. And I've also, back years and years ago when I first started, and also this guy has worked with me before. He worked with me for a season or two out here. So he knows, well, all the guys that have been out here, if they keep it real, right? And I know you got a few that say Ray ain't this and Ray ain't that and all that, but you know, that's because they ain't shit. That's what that is. And they've never met nobody like me. I'm gonna keep it real 100, because I'm not desperate for money. I'm not desperate for work. I could take 3 months off if I wanted to, you know. But most of the guys that come out here, when they move on to something else, I usually remain. They'll call me from time to time for work. Even Drew has. You know, you notice that the guys come out here, they quit, and then you end up seeing them again. And if Ray was such a bad guy, that probably wouldn't be the case, would it? I don't know. You see what I'm saying, man? But I'm hoping to be able to get some decent footage over here before. This is going to be and I'll go up and beyond over here for them. Because, well, they're my peeps, man. And like I said, the young man, well, he ain't young anymore. He's 30-something now. He used to work for me. I've done work for his mom. I've known them for 20 years. So I've known him since he was in high school. So I get a lot of work like that just from being in business for a while, especially for guys that have worked with me before. Even guys that have quit on me and all of that, they always end up coming back and saying, Ray, man, I'm sorry for the way I, you know, acted or whatever, because usually you get fired or whatever and they leave mad. I've had them reach out on Facebook and everything, and you know, 5, 10, 8 years, 15 years later saying, man, you really wouldn't take no crap off of me, and that's what I needed at the time. Even though it didn't work out, you know, working out here with me, it's never going to really work out because, well, my business is, well, it's not a desirable job, y'all. You know, it's just not. And, you know, you got to be built a certain way to be able to work with me, especially as I'm getting older and more efficient in all the things that I know. So, but this guy over here, he's gonna, you know, he knew who to call. As soon as he was granddaddy and them, well, there's some medical problems going on. They can't take care of the property. I don't know all the details, but when he went, I think his granddaddy called him to come over there and help him clean up or whatever, and he pulled up over there and he couldn't believe how overgrown and how ugly and how much work it was really going to be to do, you know, with the minimal equipment that Pawpaw has. So as soon as he saw it and went over there and walked the property or whatever, he first thing he told me, he says, I knew right then I wasn't going to do it. I was going to call you. And, you know, I'll take care of them, and I'll take care of the property, and I'll make sure it gets to a point where everybody can see daylight and it ain't breaking the bank. And that's a good thing about being self-employed. If I want to do something for a friend of mine, though they're going to pay me, I'll go up and beyond. You know, that's just how I am. But I got a choice in that matter. It ain't what I don't. It ain't every, you know. I build relationships, man. So Most of the jobs I do are from people that I know. Now the ones that don't know me, they're the ones that always freak out about the money and all that. But the people that know me, they already know. I'm not going to be the cheapest guy. I'm not going to be the most expensive guy. But you gotta entice me to bring the machine over here and do the work. You gotta entice me. And if I bring the machine, I could bring one extra attachment because he's my buddy and I want to, and that could be the difference in night and day. So I just need to kind of see the property, see what the scope is, and see what I need to bring over here to make it happen. That's all. And that's what I'm going to do this morning, and I'll get video. So, but see, if I had the young man out here right now, what would he do? I mean, I can't send him to go do no yards or nothing, so I can't make money enough I can't even make enough money, without me being with him to justify paying him. So that's why he's not working today. If he had been out here all summer, he would be trained to go. He would be, he would know everything, enough to where I could send him to do yards. But see, even in that scenario, with it being so dry, I'm not even trying to do that. So I'm just trying to do a little bit of marketing, free marketing, that is. And because I mean, if I pay to market and I get all this freaking work, what am I going to do? See. I'm steady doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm gonna make a good living no matter what. And y'all see, over the last 8 years or so, the business has kind of migrated somewhat from all the lawn maintenance, though I still do it and everything, to migrating over and doing more skid steer type work. Well, I'm much more available to do skid steer type work because of the new Kubota. The Bobcat, I was worried that I was going to, blow something up, break something. Something's going to happen. And with it. And then I was going to, every job was costing, it was going to cost me. But the Kubota's been a great machine, other than the stupid auxiliary hydraulics are always leaking. And there's not even 300 hours on the machine. And I've had it for a year, almost. Yeah, it'll be a year in November. And I made good money with it. I made more than, a lot more than what the machine cost me per month. $730, I made more than $730 a month with it. Maybe not, it might have, I mean, any job that I do with it is one job a month. It will do that. And it doesn't suck a lot of fuel either. I mean, well, at least not with the stump grinder. Because you're only thing you're doing with the stump grinder on the hydraulics is just that. I'm so glad that the guys over at Quick Attach talked me out of the one that does like this. So because then you got to move the machine everywhere. With the one that I have, I can move the machine and do that. So you can sit still. I could literally, it'd be the perfect thing, like if we're on a job or something and I got 10 stumps, to where I could put a guy in the skid steer and he could run that grinder. Because it ain't gonna let you take off too much. And I mean, just a few quick lessons on, I could leave a guy to do that if I didn't want to. Now, the problem I would have is, getting the machine to that job, and all that. See, all that is sketch. And I don't know that I'll ever relinquish the power to where I'm not the one hauling it. Put it that way. because there's, you know, I don't know, not unless I get to a point of where, you know, I got a guy with a CDL license and he can, you know, he knows how to strap stuff, tie stuff down and all that. There's so many things to do with a skid steer to get it ready for a job and to make sure that you're not putting the machine in a bad spot on the trailer and chaining it down, greasing it, and, you know, checking all the fluids and everything. There's so many things on, you know, that can go wrong that there's no way that I can let a guy that works for me be responsible for all that and me not oversee it. There's just no way. I'm just not not willing to do that. So before we step down there, what about all this right here?
Out.
All that's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's
now, one thing that I will offer you, and you know, and you know, I know it is what it is, but after we get everything cleaned out, if you need somebody to come maintain it for you, I'll do that. I can do that. I do that.
Yeah.
And because this is a little more maintenance than what you probably want to take on as a homeowner. Because it's a lot.
It's just me.
Well, yeah, and you don't want to have to pay somebody like me, whether it's me or somebody else, to come over here every 2 years to do what we're going to do. Let's do something where it's going to be easy to maintain, where if you say, Ray, I need you to come maintain my lawn, and I can put a lawnmower in some of this stuff. And not have to worry about that and that and that and that. Then we can keep. We don't never have viney, nasty trees growing up nowhere.
Well, they were pretty.
Well, yeah, but the vines take over though, don't they?
Yes, and the poison ivy.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
Oh
Poison
yeah.
Ivy. Yeah, this has got to go because I.
Well, one thing about the machine too, and I just got to throw this out there, is the machine that has a high impact on the ground.
Yes.
So. I'm not going to want to be on the pretty grass turning, and in the places that I do have to do that, the grass is going to be messed up, and we can't fix it until it'll grow back. Right. We're not going to create, you know, but we're going to try to stay off the grass. Like if you say, hey Ray, I want to clear all this out, I'm gonna drive up in there with the machine and do all my turning.
Yeah. Hey Ray, we want to clean all this out.
Okay, y'all do. Wow.
Now there's some boards.
So this used to be a garden.
Yeah. He don't believe it.
There was yellow.
Oh,
yellow meat and water.
So what is there anything in here that'll hurt a cutter?
Well, we've got some sticks. Harlan put some things up.
You know, things that like wire.
There might be some fences because he kept the deer out, so there's probably some like mesh in there somewhere.
So what I do is I come in here with a tooth bucket, right, and just go here and pull up and see what I got.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's gonna be some shit in here she don't know about.
Oh yeah.
So all the way over to this corner, right?
So technically, your property goes to where the right up there, right here.
Okay. Oh, to that tree, all the way over to that? Oh wow. Okay, cool.
You can turn things.
Yeah, me neither.
This is just taking over. And we got berries in here that just took over.
Yeah, and this right here is a rodent issue and everything. This can cause a lot of things around your house that you don't want. Not being able to see through there. I bet there's rats and snakes and all kinds of stuff that love this in the summertime.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah, one thing you could just come in here with the bobcat.
Yeah, I just rip it out and then cut it.
I don't think there's anything in here that would be.
Well, what I would do is I'd come in here with a bucket, not a moving mechanical thing, and I'll just come in here with a bucket and just pick up on it and snatch it out, and then expose what's on the ground, and then bring a cutter and drop the cutter down in here and just mulch it all up.
That would be
well, if I tear the machine up or tear anything up on the machine, then I'm wasting my time. We're not making no money then, right?
You're going in the hole.
Yeah, and plus there ain't no $100 fixes on my skid steer.
No.
What about this right here? I'll take that. I'll grab that by the whole root ball. What about on that side over there? What do y'all want to do here?
Mine goes catty corner here.
But what do you want to do like in here? Do you want to get this stuff off the building? Do you want it all gone?
All gone would be good. But,
Do you want to keep these two trees right here and just tear everything else out, or do you want those two trees gone too?
It's entirely up to you.
yeah, I don't know.
But just know this, that the machine will be over here based on the money and all a day. Now, if you say, oh man, I'd love to have that machine over here for another day, we can do that. But I can't guarantee that there's a lot over here you know, to do. I can't guarantee that we can do everything a day, but I got a grinder that'll come down on top of these trees and grind them down. This tree right here, yeah. So everything in here gone but the big stuff. Is that what you're saying?
We're really just trying to see.
Let's see what we can get done in a day.
Here in a day, and then we can, you know, sit back and punt.
Yeah, and we can see what it takes to. Definitely need a brush cutter over here. Bucket, grapple bucket.
Yeah, the big trees, we can, you know, look at those later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that'd slow you down.
We don't even know how messed up all this stuff is, right? Until we start ripping stuff out.
Right.
Like, we know it's unmanageable.
So basically to pull these out, right? We cut them down, but I don't want to leave you with a mess where you're dealing with this again next year. We want to get some roots out.
Yeah.
So my vision in here, if I'm looking at dirt.
Yeah.
Dirt and a few sticks and stuff that maybe the machine might leave, which you can walk up in there and you know, do. And then, you know, with the machine over here, I can reach up and take some of the lower branches off too while it's here.
Yeah.
All this straggly stuff.
Let's get the machine over here and take down what we can, and then see. It's more. I'm gonna tell you, be honest with you, it's more than a day's work over here, though.
I think it is too.
It is. It's probably 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
2 days and some change. And that's if everything is, you know, laid out before us. Yeah. So what about this?
Gone.
Nothing.
You want it gone? Okay, so that gone. I know. It looked like they were splitting off, and he tied them together. Yeah, made them where they. There's a big stump in there too.
Yeah.
Anything higher than my fist, it's not me.
This gone too?
Yeah.
Wow. And wow, all the way. Okay. I just started up there, man, and come through here with a bucket, man, and trying to pull this stuff up.
I mean, that's the bad thing, is there's this kind of stuff
I know.
everywhere.
And that's why I would want to do it instead of I'll bring a cutter, but I wouldn't want to run through here with the cutter until I put a bucket in here, a grapple bucket or something, and just kind of. Is this a wall?
It's like a little retaining wall.
Okay.
That you build.
She said it is.
Well,
it was,
at
huh?
some point.
Oh, we just. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
was
It
like-
looks like it goes at least 10 feet up in
When I
there.
was like 10, they bought, how many pallets of these blocks did y'all
Oh my Lord, 2 truckloads.
buy?
I looked up and-
literally they have been like randomly putting stuff for
Work.
since I was 10.
Well, it got too much. Well, I made that whole wall up there just like this, so just to hold, you know, to keep them busy.
Right. Well, yeah. So this is like a section here, a tier, if you will,
yeah.
up here, and then
yeah.
it kind of steps down a little bit here. So
There's a
Another
down
one?
like a, I don't know what it was. I can't remember. We've been
well,
here 4 years.
this material that y'all got like this stuff right here is high dollar now.
Yeah.
I mean, you might have a fortune over here in some of these block and stuff that y'all paid back in the 90s or 80s. Is y'all paid in chump change for? They're worth. If you pay $2 for them, they're worth $8 now. You know,
my.
I mean, these kind of things are really expensive.
Well, we need to build a set place with all the weeds on. There's a drop off here, and I don't know how big it is.
I don't think my machine can fall in it though. It doesn't look if it's that big.
Oh,
I don't think machine's pretty big.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Get it
It
out.
may be filled up now.
I just
There's a thing here that was a bucket, and it's got some metal.
Is Pop, you think Pop's okay in the house? You want me to go check him?
Oh, he's fine in the house. He's just that we don't let him wander around. He don't wander. He don't get up.
Good.
and so you're okay because when the machine gets up in here, it's going to break some of this stuff, like the block and all.
Oh.
Boy, they're laying all catty corner and stuff too. So if they were set firm, then anything in here that you want to keep.
Yeah.
That if I bump into, I like, we had to get that bird bath out of there.
Yeah.
Had to get this out of there, and then before I can go up in, I can't even, go up in there even deeper. I just don't want to break anything that means something to you.
Oh.
I know there's a lot, well, Ray, none of this stuff means nothing to me, but I got to ask that because a lot of times Ray, you took out my mama's second cousin's rose bush. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Just come up in here and just raise some hell, man.
Yeah.
Come out here and get all where we can see the big concrete stuff right there.
That big.
Oh, that's that big block, right?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. I mean, I got a gist of what was going on.
Whatever you can do.
Well, I know. I just know that it's you know, I can commit. I commit to a day just like y'all. But I know for us to get what you guys are wanting, it's going to be more than a day.
I think so.
You know, it just is. A day is going to make a huge difference. You know, it's going to, you know, and I'll try to prioritize as number one on the priority list is what? This area. Okay, so
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure. Because right, even like in the middle right here, where sorry,
you good?
where we walk, like we cut this little playground out, but when he built it, he like buried the boards and then put a bunch of cinder blocks.
Made it where it won't move. I mean, this is, yeah.
So like right here,
Be the only time I
I'll be over here probably right around 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Well,
Not too early for the neighbors, but you know,
enough for you to get a good day over here.
yeah, and enough to where we can make a huge difference. I just don't know how much I can get done in a day, and that's the hard part about doing this kind of work because there's so many unknowns. You know, I usually like to do a job by the scope of the job. So then, I know that. I know what the scope is, and then I know, okay, I need to do this, and that. But when I don't know how long it's going to, I always do it by the day when I'm looking at overwhelming.
well, this right here around the house is probably the first.
Right in here.
Yeah.
From that
And
to
then
that.
this thing.
This
here,
whole area
this
right
right
here.
in here. This is our, you know, what we have to.
So
look
you want
at.
to be able to see, you want all this gone.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
This is
I just need to bring the brush cutter over here and the grapple bucket over here and just and just raise some cane, man. Push some stuff around and see what we're working with.
Well, what about these bricks?
I think we just get rid of them all. They're all old and broken. What I would do,
Are they not any good?
I mean, what do you need? What do you need a half a pound of bricks for?
And well,
Exactly.
well, my thinking is too always this is the time it takes to stack them and make them nice and neat where you can actually go back and use them. Do you really want to spend that money with a man stacking these, right? Or have a machine running?
Yeah.
So for tomorrow, I would want to go around and avoid this because, well, I know it's going to be a time sucker.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of other cutting things that we can do, and then, so
This right here is a mess.
so let's do a day.
Okay.
Then check it, and then check the trap after we get done with the day. We'll come back another day because I don't think that you're going to get away with one day and it be like you want it.
I can't think.
I don't see
This
how.
right here would be good.
We'll get all this down.
Just like my yard.
Okay, y'all. So y'all saw that job. That job is. I'm glad I went and looked at it because that job that's going to be a pretty big. I don't want to say a big job because I've done a lot bigger, but for the area that it's in, that's a pretty big job. And I don't really, after talking to her and everything, I know for a fact I can't do all that in one day. So we just gonna have to you know, go from there. We'll stop by the steel digger down here and grab me a couple of chainsaw chains. So I'll bring the machine. I told her I'll bring the machine. I said it's at least a 2 or 3 day job. But in order to, you know, when you're doing stuff and you're doing it by the day, and the money is well, the money's a little tight, you know. I know them, so what I told her I'd do is, look, let me just bring the machine over here tomorrow and do what I do and do the best I can in the time period, and then y'all can reassess after I get done with what I can do in a day. And then y'all can see, that's another reason why I don't like working by the day. But on this job, I will say, I don't know of any other way to do it really. It's just so much, and it's not big, it's just a lot of stuff. But like I told them, I'm not gonna bring anybody with me tomorrow. I'm just not. It's just that there's nothing for them to really do until we see daylight. Now, in theory, I want a damn you know, have somebody on the ground. That's the, you know, what I like. But for this particular job, it would be too worrisome for me to have to worry about, you know, for one day, you know, to have to worry about all that, man. So I'm just gonna go over there by myself. I mean, it's got to be like that, man, because you know, when I got guys, you know, helpers out here that don't know anything, I can't train them on stuff. You know, there's no. Well, I'm not paying for nothing. You know, I'm not, and I try to pay good. And if I can't pay good, then I don't want to do it. I don't want to have nobody out here. And they agreed I come by myself tomorrow, so that's where we're at. And I can do a lot by myself. I can. So, grapple bucket, brush cutter. I really need both the cutters over here, and the grapple bucket and tooth bucket. So I need 4 things over here, and I don't know that I can even. I don't know how I would haul that. I may have to. I really don't know, man. I really don't know how I'm going to do that.